What's up, guys? So I just finished off my defiler video and I'm gonna start the install video for all my parts. For those of you that haven't seen it, this is the Ford Racing Performance TVS 2.3 JLT intake and the Ford Racing billet throttle body. And then I went with the brisk plugs. So anyways, we're going to get started on that today. Here's the car. I bought this blower setup off of another car. It was a used setup, and I'm not real sure that everything's the same as mine or what I'm going to have to make work. So I'm just going to hope for the best, and we'll get started on it and go from there. Alright, so the first few things we did is took the airbox off. I'll still have to pull this piece out. I don't know, the air duct or whatever. But I also need to clean up the valve cover. It's pretty dirty. Took the throttle body off. And then I'm just going to disconnect some hoses and start to pull the blower and everything else off. So anyways, here's the first problem, and I don't know if that's the evap can or what it is, but I know that it's different on a 2012 than it is on like a 2008 or 2009, which is what the blower came off of that I'm putting on the car. So I need to go do a little research and figure out what I can do to convert that over. I think they actually make an adapter, but I got to find it. So I'm going to kind of stop here, see what I need, and I want to get that ordered before I actually tear everything else apart, just in case something can't work out. Alright, so there's a couple things I had to do. When I was pulling it apart, I went ahead and swapped the mass airflow sensor over. It was a direct bolt up. That was pretty easy. Come to find out, so this was the setup that I bought. It has the two elbows on it, and then this was the factory one. It's got like that style insert for the evap or whatever it is, and then it's got the other elbow on it. Well, come to find out, I matched up the elbows, and I think I'm just going to use the stock elbow. I'll put it on the way it is for now. If everything works, then I can go ahead and pull it back off and paint it, make it look good when it's done. But I want to make sure everything's right before I go paint it. I matched them up. They're the exact same inlet and outlet size. So I think all that'll be good. Pretty well got all the hoses disconnected. I think all that's left is I need to pull this hose off, and then I think I can pull the blower off. I got the belt off, and I still gotta clean up the valve cover and everything else once I get the blower off, but I'm gonna work on that and we'll be back. Alright, we're back. So as you can see, we got the blower off. I did have to undo the fuel rails on one side, and there was some more lines over here for the fuel rail. I got the belt tied up right here, and really that was about it. Altogether, I think there was 10 bolts holding the blower on, and it lifted right off. That went pretty easy. Here you can kind of see the stock blower, and lift it up here so you can see the bottom side of it. Pretty basic. There's the bypass valve. Not really much to it. We'll go ahead and compare it to the new one. The inlets are actually the same size on the new one versus the old one. So the TVS is just a step up, I guess, as far as its efficiency. You can see the hole that the air actually comes out of is a lot bigger on this one. Other than that, they're pretty similar. So I think I'm ready to get everything cleaned up and then put the new blower back on. Alright, so I just finished buttoning everything up. You can see, grab the light and you can see. My memory card went dead, so I didn't get quite as much recorded as I hoped. I just finished getting everything on, and you can see that I still have the old elbow since I was able to reuse it. Once it's all tuned and I know everything's good with it, I'm going to pull it back off and paint it to match. I just don't want to do that until I know everything is good with this blower. Other than that, pretty sure everything's buttoned up. I'm gonna check fuel here in a minute, make sure the injector's seated back down, there's no leaks or anything, and then I can fire it up and go from there. After that, I'll have to see what I'm gonna do about a tune. I think what I'm gonna do is end up going through one of the mail order companies and do a tune that way. Basically just because it's cheaper to get it retuned if I change something again, if I wanna go to a different pulley, whatever. If I do it locally, the place is really good, but then I have to pay another $700 to get it retuned again. So I don't know, we'll see. But I'll bring it back here in a minute, and after I get it all fired up, see you here in a sec. I had it all tidied up, and it was all good, and then I realized that I forgot to put spark plugs in. So I took the air intake back off and swapped the plugs out real quick. Should be good to go now. I'm getting ready to fire it up. Before I did the plugs, I went ahead, fired it up, took it for a drive just to make sure all that stuff was good. And then I figured I'd come back, do the plugs, and check it all again. So far, everything seems decent. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to take it for a drive real quick, and we'll see how it does, and then I can see if I get a tune ordered.
Phone disconnected.
Get it in second gear. think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video out here. Next video I do will probably be stuff related to the tune, and I'll see if I don't know. I'll see if I end up putting where I get the tune from or whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. I think it's gonna be VMP or someplace like that. So we'll see how it does. Anyways, that's it. See you later.